Support for Radio Friends comes from IT Como, offering computer and IT services for small businesses and residential clients. IT Como can set up remote work-at-home solutions and data security and backup systems and upgrade your company email to more modern platforms. IT Como can also help you get the most from your technology at home. Learn more at itcomo.com.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on this Friday, September 30th. My friend ALEX LaBRUNERIE is with us from LaBrunerie Financial. And every time you're on, Alex, we try to come across with a positive attitude, and today is no exception. But you were telling me, when you walked in, you said, let's talk about the end of the quarter here.
Yeah.
Because it may not all be good news in the short term.
No, Paul, obviously people know we're in a bear market if they've, and the part of the bear market is that corporate earnings are falling. And so today and into October, we're going to see how much corporate earnings have fallen, from expectations from June.
Now, here's something that I guess my mind cannot comprehend. You talk about corporate earnings that are falling. That doesn't mean that the company is still not making money. They're just not making as much money as they expected.
Yes, and if it's a big drop, though, that does have very negative connotations for the price structure is if you think a company is going to make this much money and it comes up very much short, it's very disappointing. And
Right.
Wall Street does not like disappointing earnings.
They don't like disappointing earnings, but the company is still making money. Shouldn't we
Yes.
be happy about that?
Yes, well, these are big, giant companies, so we expect them to be making money. This is the S&P 500. They need to be making a lot of money because they have a lot of expenses.
So this is what may prolong the bear market.
Yeah, that's right. As we get, and the silver lining is it'll probably take us longer to get out of this bear market than we want to, but the more bad news we get out, the sooner we can start a bull market. So this October, I think hopefully there's not too bad of a news, but I think there'll be bad news for many companies.
Okay, then once we get the bad news out, then things
The good
could
news,
start.
the optimism and the rebuilding can start. Yeah.
And isn't it a lot of times the market operates on what we think and how
Yes.
we're feeling?
Yes. Yeah, in the short term, it's very, very emotional overreaction, either on the upside of pricing or on the downside.
Okay.
So the long term, the market is more accurate because
So during a bear market, which we're in right now, and there's no way of knowing how long this bear market could last.
That's
Hopefully
right.
it will be short. But this is an opportunity if people want to invest, if they
Yes.
have the stomach for
if
it.
they have the stomach and the free cash, it's a good time to pick up some great bargains.
Right.
The average bear market, this is kind of a rough number, lasts about 400 days.
So a little bit over a year.
So we're 8 months into it, 9 months now.
So we've officially been in the bear market for about 8 months or so?
Yeah, yes.
Because I know there was some dispute whether it was a bear market or not.
Yes, there are. I think we could start the counting of this bear market in January. I mean, it was downhill on like the first day of trading in January, and it's been downhill.
Could things turn around and surprise us all by the end of the year?
Yes, it could. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll say there.
Yes.
What else have you got for us, Alex?
Well, as we go in October, and this is long-term care month, and I think it's an awareness. Whoever names months, if it's Congress or some media outlet somewhere, has designated October long-term care month. And I don't know if it's the time of year that makes people think about long-term care as winter sets in, but it's a time for us to think about our families. I mean, I don't know of a family that isn't touched somehow by long-term care. We've talked in the past about the sandwich generation, the a parent, baby boomers having to take care of an aged parent in their 80s or 90s, and then also trying to tend to young 20-something kids. Long-term care is a core family need that each family or person ought to plan.
I know you're
and
a
have
big
a plan.
believer. Yeah, you're a big believer in planning.
Yes, for long-term care. Yes.
So the fact that October, we're still in September, but October is just around the corner, is long-term care month. Now is the time to think about it. And see what your plans are. And
think about it. Yeah, and we help people with long-term care planning. Other advisors do too. There's plenty of AARP has a nice website on it. It's ways to kind of look into the future, the deep, dark future, and see what 2040, 2050 looks like for yourself.
Right. None of us like to think about getting older, but the point is, the longer we stay alive, the older we're getting.
Yes. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. So think of October as long-term care month. If you have no plans, now might be the time to start thinking about it and put the bear market out of your mind for a little while.
That's right.
One other thing that you did want to mention, and I know you're a big supporter of the Alzheimer's Association.
Yeah.
There is an Alzheimer's walk. This is coming up when?
I think it's October 8th. At Faroe Field, sponsored by the Alzheimer's, Society here in Boone County in Columbia, and Alzheimer's, is such a terrible. There's in a world with a lot of terrible diseases, Alzheimer's is certainly among the top of terrible diseases, and it robs people of their personality.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that each and every one of us, whether we are going to be dealing with Alzheimer's in our person, or we all know someone or will be touched by someone.
Yes,
that's dealing with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, it's stunning, how it touches so many families.
Yeah,
and how terrible it is, and how we need to find a cure for it.
You want to mark it on your calendar if you want to participate in the Alzheimer's Walk.
Yeah.
It will be October the 8th at Faroe Field.
At Faroe Field, I think starts at 11.
Okay.
The Alzheimer's Society has a very nice website. Our Facebook profile, our LaBrunerie Financial's Facebook site also has a place to donate if you can't walk or want to donate.
Okay.
I think there's a drive. They want to raise about $150,000.
Okay.
To keep their good work going into next year and the following years.
So you can go to LaBrunerie Facebook.
Yeah.
And you can make a donation to the Alzheimer's Association there.
That's right.
All right. Alex, thank you so much for coming by today.
Thanks, everyone, and
pleasure having you here. And thanks for the good news about the bull market hopefully ending before too long.
Yes, that's right.
And we'll keep our fingers crossed. Maybe by the end of the year. No guarantee. Who knows? For more information, you can give them a call at LaBrunerie. What's your number?
573-449-5313.
Got it, Alex. Bye-bye.